There's something going on. Crowd loving it. It's a ball, fly ball. Home run!
3, 2, 1. All right, we got the MLB Playoffs coming at you. We talked about it a little bit last week with the AL MVP discussion. The surprising situation is the Rangers got put out and the Braves got put out in sort of a controversial call on an infield fly call that was called very late and landed about 30 feet into the outfield.
So, just real quick, how did you feel about that? I mean, to me, it looked like, I don't know how they called that an infield.
Okay, listen, I played baseball for a long time, and I also did umpire for a long time. The call, if it was called correctly, would have had to have been called earlier than it was called. Now, it can be called going to the outfield. The decision is that if the infielder can make it play easily into the outfield, then it can be considered an infield fly. Only if the infielder can make the play easily. The problem is the call was made late, and when it was called, the infielder wasn't underneath it. He was still running out to make the play. So in my opinion, the play was wrong and it should have been turned back, and I think they should have replayed the game from that point on, either the next afternoon, which is how I would have played it. I think the MLB did a mistake on that.
You would have replayed the last bit of that game?
Yeah, I would have redone it.
Well,
for the integrity of the game,
yeah,
I think that's what it is. However, someone asked me right away, is they going to replay that? And I said to you, I said not to you, I said to the person who asked me, no, that's not going to happen. The MLB never goes back. I haven't really seen a lot of leagues that will turn back the clock. I mean, errors do happen. That's the play of the game. I mean, the problem is it's a one game, winner takes all sort of situation, and in that situation, that's it. You know, there was one bad call and it could have cost them the game, and it looked like it did cost them the game.
Now, I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent here because we're going to touch on the playoffs, but I don't recall of the major leagues any other league shooting themselves in the foot with rules or bad calls as much as, you know, replacement refs aside, as the MLB. Going back to the All-Star game that was a tie, going back to, who was it that had the perfect game taken away from pitcher for the Tigers?
Jim
right?
Joyce, yeah, made that call.
And then a play like this. Like, these are significant calls.
They are significant calls, but you got to remember that this is also the nice part about the games. When you do want some replay, and there's video replay out there now, but the nice part about baseball and other leagues is that you have the human element, and you have to keep that in the game. I understand that. This wasn't a sort of a video replay sort of situation, but I do think they had a case to replay this particular situation.
I think the Atlanta fans have a right to be mad. I think
they're very distasteful for throwing stuff on the field. I think that was actually very disgraceful on the Atlanta fans. I do agree with the announcers during that time, but saying that, I think that it was the wrong call, but mistakes happen, and it was a mistake. I think that in the end it was a mistake. Should they replay it? In my opinion, they should have. Would they have replayed it? No. Right away I said they're never going to replay it.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. Who do we have in those games? I think we have that written down. So
yeah, we did.
I had the Rangers and the Braves, so I was 0 for 2, so that looks good on me.
I had the Orioles and the Braves.
So you had the Orioles, so that's good. So you got the Orioles going on. Without touching on where these division games stand right now, we have San Francisco versus Cincinnati, and I think that could go to a Game 5 if you were to ask me right now. That's a good, close series. Two close teams, really good teams. Cincinnati has the edge of playing at home in then Game 5 if that were to happen.
Well, I hope it happens because I picked the Giants,
And so did I. We got the Orioles versus the Yankees. I heard today, and I think the person was right when I heard it, is that right now I think the Orioles are America's team because they really want the Yankees out of there. A-Rod seems to be having some issues in the New York media for not hitting so well in the postseason.
Yeah, now the whole idea was that there was a call to move him down in the order, get him out of the cleanup spot, and doesn't Sauer number 3 hole, wherever he is hitting right now, where Girardi has him. Sounds like the latest is Girardi is going to make him a DH and not move him out of the 3 hole.
He did that. He put. I know going into this evening's game. Obviously, when you guys listen to this game will be over. But A-Rod will be moving to the DH position, and Eric Chavez, who's hit well against pitcher for the Orioles, who I can't think of right now, is going into the lineup as a third baseman.
Interesting, I think.
But anyways, that series I also think is going to be close. But the problem I think for Baltimore is they lost one game at home, and I think you need to kind of sweep the two. In this format, you need to kind of sweep at home and then move into the opposing
team stadium,
so that you can at least win 1 out of 3.
Right, because I mean, otherwise you're. But yeah, I mean,
you kind of would have to win 2 out of 3.
I don't like this format, by the way. I don't like this format at all. The 2 teams, you play 2 in the visitors' park, and then 2 in the underdog, and then 3 in the favorite.
Yeah.
I don't like that format. I really don't. Because I think if you're, you could take the underdog could take 2 games real quick. 2 games are not hard to win in baseball, but I think 3 games is just that much harder. I think it really does not give the favorite that much of an advantage.
No. Moving on to the next series that could end this evening, so we might be talking about this and it may be a mute point. But we got Detroit versus Oakland. Oakland had a great pitching performance last night by Brett Anderson. Oakland's going tonight with A.J. Griffin pitching for the A's, and who's pitching for Detroit?
Scherzer.
Matt Scherzer, right. So they're going tonight. That series could end. Detroit's leading 2-1. That's a great series right now. Oakland's a real big underdog team, but they've done well to get to this position so far. Scherzer is a great pitcher. However, if Oakland is able to win tonight, tomorrow they're facing Verlander, and I think that's a tough call.
Well, yeah, and I think with Eckersley pitching for the A's, they should be able to close it out. Mickey Tettleton, he played for Baltimore. Damn it!
And he did play for Detroit too.
Good.
While this podcast is going on, the Cardinals did win today, 8-0 over Washington to take a 2-1 lead in the series. That's great. However, going into games 3 or 4 and 5, it's hard to win 3 in a row in any sort of stadium when you're away from your home. So I think it's going to go down to the wire. I think Washington will come back and win game number 4, and it'll go down to game 5. I don't know who's going to take it, but that's what I was suggesting.
We're both screwed in that series anyway, because we both had the Braves beating the Nationals, with the Braves coming out and beating them. So
I think this is
Braves will probably win.
Let's just go Cards.
All right, Cards. I'll go Cards.
Because neither of us had the Nats, and the Nats were there all along.
Yeah, so I guess by default we got to pick the Cardinals, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly. I like
that. Makes sense.
Cardinals are a great team.
You think so?
I just love them.
How's McGuire doing?
Canseco's really dominating. Oh wait, that was the Oakland Athletics.
McGuire's coach there, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Hitting coach.
All right, guys. So we will keep you updated on the MLB playoffs. We didn't really give you much here. We sort of gave you exactly what you can read online. But
hey, listen to us. You'll get it more online.
You may just like us. We're really witty and banty.
That's what we do around
Wit
here.
and bant.
I'm witty, you're banter. Something like that. How about them juniors?
Stay with us. We'll give you updates on the MLB playoffs as it carries on.